It has been over 10 months from the day I landed in Canada. Saying goodbye to your loved ones and leaving behind every place, every relationship, and everything that made sense or mattered to you is, of course, difficult. I'm actually happy that I made this YouTube channel. It gave me a reason to shoot and create silly memories. So, if it was not for this channel's existence, I would have only had photos. I remember being, or at least behaving, independent from a very young age. Of course, I have made tons of mistakes and also learned from them. But I think all of that made me who I am today. So, I think it's safe to say that I have had my fair share of experience living alone, adjusting to new situations, making new friends, adjusting to food, weather, lifestyle, etc. But this level of geographical change is more intense than just moving from one state to another in your own country. Let's begin with accommodation. One of the very important things you need to figure out when you move is finding a place to stay or rent. There are various websites like kijiji.ca, rentals.ca, condos.ca, and many Facebook groups which provide assistance to finding places to share or rent all by yourself. I will leave the links to them in the description box below. For me, finding a safe and suitable space was of course important. I for one was lucky to have my own space when I joined a wonderful family as a paying guest. I say lucky because they made me feel loved and welcomed from day one. Also, for someone who's almost never been around kids, I have had a lot of naughty angels surrounding me. I successfully completed all the necessary tasks like applying for driver's license, health card, bank account, etc. And now I have a lot of them. I also celebrated my first birthday away from close family and friends. But of course, I had to be surprised by Naveen. The best part is that he remembered the exact cake that I wanted for my last birthday. You know, when the pandemic just struck and I was out of luck. While I seriously missed my family and friends, I made sure to smile on the small things that mattered. Let's talk about job hunt. Job search in Canada is challenging, but it's not impossible. I've never ever in my life applied for so many jobs as I did once I came to Canada. While having recommendations is a plus, you can always search and apply for jobs on LinkedIn. I did just that. After losing and acing some interviews, I could finally say, oh, I have too much work to do. Once I started settling in, my exploring adventure kicked in. Nothing fancy. My first GO train experience in the winter was amazing. The Presto card, heavy clothing, winter breeze, solo traveling, everything combined to create a thrilling experience. I was excited to have people to go to. If you know me, you should probably know that I don't like being alone. And so, meeting people and spending valuable time with human beings was my favorite thing to do. Of course, there were times when I felt lonely and alone. And just like any other millennial, I think I spent a lot of it on my laptop and on my phone, scrolling through social media, looking at memes and funny comedies, having group calls with all my buddies back in India. I almost always tried to keep my spirits up. Well, food is another important part of my life. I absolutely enjoy cooking and eating. So, grocery shopping was another thing I enjoyed doing. I always tried feeling grateful for what I have. Every time I sat alone or traveled alone, I listened to some classic Bollywood songs or romantic Malayalam songs and made a point to enjoy every bit of beauty Canada had to offer. Well, since my first GO train experience, I have traveled on underground subways, buses, and streetcars. Did you know that streetcars in Toronto started functioning around early 1900s? I'm actually happy to have selected a place to stay in the midst of the city because the bustling city life actually makes me feel less alone and more like I'm surrounded with other human beings. Now that it has started to become cold again, I don't go out often. But when I used to, I really love and enjoy the busy streets. Is that weird? Anyways, in the midst of this blessed, busy life and wonderful people and beautiful locations, not to mention yummy food and never ending dishes, I pause to wonder how much I miss my own little family back in India.